From architecture to painting and sculpture, literature to live music and theater. Radio 111 presents Bonnie G and Brayan Mendoza with The Desert Scene, your connection to culture and entertainment in the desert cities. Here's Bonnie and Brayan.
And welcome to The Desert Scene. I'm here with Brayan Mendoza, my multi-talented co-host who runs the board and wears a lot of hats. And we're really happy to be welcoming to the show today Marnie Mitze, who's Executive Director of the Palm Springs Friends of the Philharmonic. Hi, Marnie. How are you?
I'm terrific. How are you?
Good. So we're talking today about, you got a big season coming up. Well, let's talk about the rest of this season first. So tell us about what's coming up for the rest of the 21-22 season.
Well, we actually just completed the final concert of our 6-concert series. Considering that so many of our subscribers and patrons are just here during the winter months, we typically run our season from January to the end of March. Okay. But we just finished, we had sort of our own version of Symphonic March Madness, where we had Joshua Bell with Academy of St. Martin and Fields, the San Diego Symphony, and the Pacific Symphony. So we just finished on March 15th.
Excellent. And when did you have really good crowd? I mean, I know people were still kind of coming out of COVID slowly, but people are feeling more and more comfortable. So did you have good audiences?
Yes, we did actually. It was fascinating to see the change in our audiences. We opened our season in mid-January. And, of course, that is when the variant was still relatively strong. And it was, touch or go for a while. We opened our season with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, who they are based in London. And to be frank, their concert with us was scheduled Wednesday. And Monday I received a text from the agent saying their British flight are up in the air. They're going to make it. Was touching.
Oh, yeah. That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. And I would say for that concert, we had maybe about 600 people out of 1,100 in the hall at the McCallum. And then each concert thereafter, we had more and more. So when we finished our season March 15th, we had almost a full house. So it was just fabulous.
That's great. That's excellent. All right. So now tell us we got a very exciting next season coming up. So tell us a little bit about who's going to be coming.
Well, we're excited. We're now launching our 22-23 season. We open on rare occasion we'll do a concert in the fall, but this season we have the opportunity to welcome back to the desert the Israel Philharmonic Orchestra. And that's one of the most significant orchestras in the world today, and to have them here in the Coachella will be very special to us. They're also touring with their new young conductor, Lahav Shani, who is only 33 years old, has been with the orchestra now for about 3 or 4 years, replacing Zubin Mehta. So it's and he's quite extraordinary. So we're very excited about that concert in November. Okay. And then our season resumes with 6 additional concerts, all scheduled between January and April. And one of the things that I have shared with people is on this series that is so fabulous is that you get to drive, not that far to a beautiful theater here in the desert. Parking is easy. And you have this opportunity to hear so many different orchestras with different conductors and soloists come in and out here in the Valley. So we're lucky to have the opportunity to present touring symphony orchestras. Our season next year includes, San Diego and the Philharmonia Orchestra from London. We're having Academy of St. Martin again. We're welcoming an orchestra from Czechoslovakia. But one of the things that I'm particularly excited about and proud of is that these orchestras are coming. We have 4 of perhaps some of the most exciting and thrilling young conductors on the musical scene today will be with us next season. Lahav Shani with Israel is only 33 years old. And then San Diego will be conducted by a Venezuelan conductor, Domingo Hendoyan, who is in his early 40s. And then the LA Phil will come back again to join us. And that concert will include the first female conductor that we've had on our series, Dalia Stasevska, who's from Finland, 38. And then another young conductor with Philharmonia, whose name has actually been in the mix of potential new conductors for the New York Philharmonic as they're searching for a new conductor. But he's also finished Santu Matthias Rovali from Finland. So in addition to fabulous orchestras, you get to see some amazing young talent and exciting new energy on the conducting podium.
That's great. And so how long have you been in your position as executive director?
Well, I joined the Philharmonic in January of 2020, and 3 concerts later, we shut down due to COVID. Okay. So I came in at an interesting time. So this was really, after almost 2 years, this past season was really the first opportunity that I had to, manage and direct an entire season. The last couple of years, all performing arts venues and artists and ensembles have really been navigating the challenges that COVID brought. Right. And as many are aware, it was particularly hard on performing artists and organizations.
So is there a committee that decides each, or puts out a wish list, if you will, each season for who they want to come? Or do you make that decision yourself, or is there a committee that's involved?
Excellent question. We do have a committee. We have a wonderful board of directors, and one of our 3 major committees of our board includes our artist selection committee. And we have several members who are very knowledgeable and actually trained as musicians who participate. I sort of do the legwork, working with the agents and the orchestras directly, and try to route and schedule and get the dates to McCallum, et cetera. And then I go to the committee to say, here are some opportunities we have. What do you think? And then we look at repertoire as well, trying to balance out our season, not only with, orchestras that are superior, but also a fabulous and exciting repertory.
Would you say, COVID, of course, was a very unique situation, but leaving COVID out, if the Friends of Philharmonic, if your series had been going the same way it was 3 years ago when COVID had not happened, would you say you be more and more successful every year, or it's grown every year?
I would say that I can't say that we are approaching our 50th anniversary.
Wow, that's exciting.
So we've been around for a long time. And it has always been a hugely successful organization from the leadership that founded this organization back in the mid-70s, 74. The Philharmonic presented our first concert at Palm Springs High School. Wow. And originally the organization was created just to bring the Los Angeles Philharmonic out here to the desert. But then several years later, the organization expanded to include other orchestras. And but I have to say that one of the many wonderful things that I admire about the leadership and the previous management of this organization is that they've always stayed very true to their mission to present the best in touring symphonic orchestras. We've not branched into chamber music or solo recitals, but we simply do symphony orchestras, and I think that's one of the many beauties of the organization. And it has always been tremendously successful. We sell almost over 90% of the seats that we have at McCallum are sold each year on subscription. Wow. So we have many people that have been with us year after year after year. So we're very fortunate to have that loyal audience. Yeah.
Is it, and the way you're set up, maybe this isn't possible, but do you have, or would it be possible to have sort of an educational arm of and maybe you already do this, where there was a facility to take some of this music like into the schools, or have a special night for students? I don't know if you do something like that.
Absolutely, we actually do. We have a very robust music education program. We during the COVID, not to keep going back to that, but we did a special grants program to the public schools in the desert, and we awarded over $60,000 to local schools to purchase musical instruments.
Oh, that's great.
And we have an instrument donation program. I'm actually working now to get a concert grand piano that came to my attention, into a middle school here in the Palm Springs Unified School District. We also have a wonderful scholarship program where each summer we send 15 to 20 local Coachella Valley students to summer music camps.
Oh, fabulous.
And many of them go to Idlewild, but we have others that go to, Arrow Bear and many other music camps.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also work closely with the McCallum Education Division and doing master classes and bringing, we haven't yet worked with them to have kids, when we get the bus-in programs, as I call them, become a little bit more like they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
We hope to be able to bring some young kids into an audience of one of our symphony concerts. And we also give the local schools tickets when they are available.
Excellent.
So, yes.
Yeah. Super. So have you always been, I'll just go back for a second, were you always a symphony fan as a kid growing up?
Yes. I as I tell people, I retired, and after 4 months, I flunked retirement when this job came along because I'm so passionate about its mission and what they do. Actually, music is my background. I have both a bachelor's and a master's degree in music, piano performance.
Oh, great. Okay.
But I realized as I was completing my graduate work that, I was good, but I wasn't great. And I didn't really enjoy performing as much as I enjoyed managing. And so I really launched back in, almost 40 years ago, I launched a career as an arts administrator and have always worked. I prefer to be backstage than on stage. And it's just a fabulous career. I've done it for decades, and it just couldn't be better. There's nothing better than the end result of seeing an artist on stage and an audience, a theater full of an audience. And, that's pretty magical. So
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
Very fortunate.
Absolutely. So, I'm looking at my info here. Sold as a subscription series only with limiting seating, but you can be placed on a wait list for single tickets. You can call for tickets, 760-341-1013, or go to PSFoP.org. Is that all accurate, what I just said?
That is spot on. That's perfect. Thank you.
Well, congratulations on a great season. Next season sounds fabulous, and thank you for all the work you do bringing beautiful symphonic music to the desert. Marnie Mitze, thank you so much for being with us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Bonnie. My pleasure.
Have a great day. All right. We'll be back next time on The Desert Scene.